Welcome to Lesson 3 in Illustrator. We're going to be using the Pathfinder tools today to create a key. What the Pathfinder tools do is they combine at least two objects and they make a compound path. And you can add, subtract, and intercept shapes to form a compound path. So to get started as normal, you're going to open up the program, click on Print Document, and we're going to name this one Pathfinder Tool. And we'll just leave it on the default, so click OK. Okay, so down here is the Pathfinder tab, and we're going to talk about that. If you don't have it, you can go to Window and select Pathfinder, and here is the shortcut, Shift, Control, and F9. We're going to start out by clicking on the Shape tool, and remember you have to left click and hold, and you're going to select the Ellipses tool. We're going to create 3 circles, so you're going to hold Shift and then you left click and drag to create your circle, and once it's created, press Control C and then Control V, and if you hit Control V twice, use the selection tool, and now you have 3 different circles. And what we're going to do next is select the fill color, give each one a different fill color. Once each one has a different fill color, we're going to place them on top of each other. And we want this front one to be in front, so we can right click, go to Arrange, and select Bring to Front if yours isn't like that. This green one, or the one on the left, Arrange, I'm going to bring it forward, so it will be in front of the blue one but behind the red one, and then this one in the back will be behind the 2 in the front on the bottom. Once you have that done, hold Shift and then left click each one of them so that all 3 are selected. Now we're going to go through the Pathfinder tool. Like I said before, you can use the Pathfinder tools to create different shapes from the original shape. The first one here is Add, so if I select Add, it's going to add them all together. It's going to create one shape. I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. The next one is Subtract. If I hit Subtract, it just keeps the shape on top and deletes the other part of it. I'm going to hit Undo again. Intersect will just keep the intersection of all 3 of them. There's Exclude, and there's Divide, and there's Trim. I'm not going to go through those. You can try them out if you'd like. Divide and Trim will divide and trim along the stroke, and depending on how wide the stroke is, you can get a different effect there. Merge right here. That'll merge all 3 together. That one's useful if you want to make a cool little logo. Say you were doing a logo for like a flight company. You could do that. I'll hit Control Z. Crop. Looks like it sounds. It will crop out a certain section and keep that. Again, that's useful if you want to make a logo. And Outline. Outline will just keep the outline of the shape. And the last one is minus back, and that will keep the outline of this one right here. Okay? So now that we've talked about the Pathfinder tool, we're going to apply what we've been talking about. We're going to create an ancient key using the Pathfinder tool to create a compound path. So we're going to left click on the shapes and select the Ellipses tool. And before we do that, we're going to go to View and select Show Grid so we can see a grid and keep our key to scale. we're going to draw out, we're going to hold shift and draw out your circle, and we'll make it take up about one of the big squares. And then go ahead and copy, Control C and then Control V twice, and use the selection tool and we're going to arrange these circles so that they're on top of each other. So you'll have two that are right next to each other and then one on top. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to left click and hold on the shape tool, and you're going to select the rectangle tool, and you're going to left click and drag down, let's say 3 of the big blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to draw out the keys. So if you start on this back line here, left click and drag over, we'll make it the length from here to the end of this block. And then we'll start where this line is, and we're going to draw out another rectangle here, and we'll make it, just make it a little bit shorter than the bottom one. There we go. Next thing you're going to do is select the fill color and click None, and we're going to swap the fill and the stroke. But before we do that, we have to select everything. So I'm going to use the selection tool. Hold shift down, select everything, all the objects. So the 3 circles, the big rectangle, and then the 2 smaller rectangles. Make sure your stroke is on empty, and then swap the fill and the stroke. There we go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click Add on the Pathfinder. That will add these all together. So now we have the general outline of a key. And then you can swap it again. We got to select it and then swap it again. And what we're going to do, we're going to left click and hold on the shape tool, and we're going to get the star tool, and go ahead and hold shift and draw out your star, and then use the selection tool to move your star in the center here. And then we're going to select the tool, I'm sorry, not the tool, we're going to select the key and the star, and then click subtract. And now we have a key that has a star in the middle. So when you're done, go to File, Save As, and you're going to save this. Go to your period, go to your folder. You're going to save this inside your Illustrator folder. You want to make sure the file name is Pathfinder Tool and the extension will be .ai. And then click Save, and you're done with this lesson. Click OK on the Illustrator options, and that's it.